Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to make an input box for a password and then actually program it so you loop through a web browser looking at the ready state, so the Internet Explorer ready state, and then connect it up to Google Mail, Gmail, and enter in a password through password box. Okay, so what I need to do first is open Excel. Okay, blank workbook. So what I'm going to do here, if you don't have the developer tab enabled, you just need to go to File, Options, and as you can see, Customize Ribbon. You just need to make sure you tick the developer tab. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my developer tab, and I'm going to put a new control onto my form, so on the command button. Okay. New. And then from here, I'm going to go rm password show. This is not created yet, so what we're going to do next is actually create the password form. Okay. So from here, in my code window, in the Visual Basic Editor, I go to Insert and I go to User Form. Okay, let's make it a bit prettier. So let's just stretch it out a bit. So let's tap the form first of all, and as you can see, we're going to go down to Caption, and we're going to put something like enter password. Okay. And then what I'm going to choose is a text box. So I'll put a text box there. And we also need a command button. I'll probably put that up there actually, and then I can make the form slightly smaller. Okay. Change the command button's caption to enter. And the name of the command button, I'm going to call it CMD enter. Okay. This one, I'm just going to leave it as text box 1, but there is an important property, because we're setting it as a password field. I want to actually set the password char equal to an asterisk, so that's shift and the one above 8. Okay, so if you just test that now, when we type into it, you'll get a password field. Okay, there's nothing in it yet, so we've created the user form. We need to actually allocate a module now, because this is where the code's going to be stored. So modules, I've got one already from password 1. So this is a sub that I created earlier, so please bear with me, I'll take you through it. Okay, so we need 2 module level variables. So we're doing a HTML doc as HTML document, and doing my browser is equal to Internet Explorer. I'm going to put a sub above the command button click method. Okay, so right, take the code that I created earlier, my project, and I'm going to actually copy it in. So let's take you through what the code is going to do. Okay, so I'm just going to call that form FRM pass, okay, because that then corresponds with what we've got here. So declares these as 2 module level variables, so module level variables. Okay, so what this does, there's an element as an HTML element, URL, which is a uniform resource locator, I think it is, reference locator, I always get all mixed up. The password import is going to be the password field that we use as string, and my password is string as well. So what this is then saying is my password is equal to the user form text box 1 text. So bring me back everything, bring me back the value entered. I've set up a test account for my Gmail, which is, and I've actually signed it a password testing20, because I need to form a condition in a bit to say, does that password match that? If not, then reject. So on error, go to clear. That's just an error handler that I've put in there, and if you can see, the error.clear is at the bottom, so it clears the actual error itself, because I don't want errors to pop up. So my URL, as you can see earlier, is gmail.com. So set my browser equal to a new instance of Internet Explorer. So opening a new Internet Explorer, you need to use the word new, and then it says that if my password import is not equal to my password, then throw an exception. So password of VBA uppercase UCase VBA.UCase password import and does not match. Please try again by clicking the command button on the spreadsheet, and then I've enclosed this in a with statement. So with form pass, so with the password form, user form, reset the focus to the text box if there's an error, so the user can re-enter password, and then clear the text box and text box 1 dot value. So clear the value, just get rid of anything, so set it to nothing. Then if this all fails, I want it to exit the sub and end if. However, after this, if it's successful, so if successful, initiate code after this point. So it's then saying I want my browser, which is my new instance of Internet Explorer, if you remember, to silent equals true. So I want it to run in the background for the time being. I want it to navigate to my URL, and then I want to make my browser visible. Okay, and then you need to do a do loop, because you need to loop until the ready state of the browser. So the ready state is the actual different states that the browser goes through, and we want to make sure that the ready state is equal to complete. So it's ready state underscore complete. Then what we do is set the HTML document, which if we looked at earlier, the HTML document, which is the module of the browser, as a HTML document. So it's equal to my browser.document, so the actual document that you've referenced in my browser. So html.org.email value equals, so this is the value I'm going to change, because this is going to be hard coded. It's basically whatever your Gmail account's called. In this instance, I've created a test account, so that's programming testing. Okay, so I'm going to put that in there, and html.all.password.value equals my form pass, if you remember, text box 1 dot text. So whatever's written in that. So let's go back to our module. So then, if that's successful, I want to unload, so get rid of the form password. Then for each HTML element in HTML document, get elements by tag name input. So basically what that looks for, in the HTML coding on the Gmail website, there's an input field and that's the field where you have to search around for this, and I would recommend using Firefox, because you can use Firebug to check, or Google Chrome, to check each element on each page, and then you can find out what the element tag name is called. If my HTML element.type equals submit, so if it's submit button, then HTML element.click, and then it exits for, then it goes to the next line, next tag, and searches through the web browser. Then finally, this is your error handler, which just performs some of the other, so if error is not equal to 0, then error.clear, resume next. So it's just basically a way to ignore errors. I don't want to know how many errors I've got. Okay, so that's not going to work now because we've changed the name of the button. So let's get rid of that. Sorry. And let's take the name of the module that we've got. So it's my Gmail. That's called the sub. And all we need to do in the command line, because all the rest of it's been defined in the code, is click enter, and then when you just need to go, use the function call. So you want to call a module that sits outside of the form. So you can go module 1 if you want to reference the top level of it, then dot my Gmail. Okay, so let's initiate this and see what it does. Okay, so if I put, which is my name, Gary, obviously as you can see, the text is now being masked by asterisks. Okay. We've got a problem here. We've got a problem, Houston. Houston, we have a problem. Dim HTML doc. Sub my Gmail. Did we set the HTML doc? Sorry about this, guys. Just debugging as per usual. Let's step through it. So step into. I need to make it. I think I need to use the references library. So references, and there's Internet Explorer controls that you need to activate. I should have told you this one before I started. So go to your references. I did this, sorry, let me go back. I did this by going to tools, references, because obviously we're referencing the actual Internet Explorer library, and we need to make sure that we've got access to the relevant coding modules. So it just takes a bit of searching for. Apologies for this. Because it's Microsoft, I would have thought it would be in the Microsoft Internet Explorer library. Microsoft Internet Controls, I know that's one of them. It references the DLL lot, which is a class library. I think that might have done it actually. So let's try it again. So let's code it. Gary. No, it doesn't like that at all. Back to references then, guys. HTML object library, I think we need as well. Yes, because we're referencing the HTML document, it needs that. That's right, HTML document. Gary. So this time it's run perfectly. So I'll put it in the comments, but you need to also go to references, so tools, references in your Visual Basic editor, and reference Microsoft Internet Controls and the HTML library. I'll put the correct names in the comments though. So that's obviously rejected me because I put the wrong name in, so let's try something else. Rudolph. So I can't find Rudolph, I don't know who you're talking about. So let's put the proper password in, so let me check my caps locks off. Yeah, it's off. So testing 20, enter. Okay. Let's try that again. It's because I've now got 2 accounts signed. Testing 20. Right, okay, sorry about this guys. This should work. I've tried it on my other personal account, testing 20. Yeah, it's because I had 2 accounts assigned. As you can see, it's logged in with my password. And there we go. That's how you log in to your Gmail account via Excel using send keys, creating a password user form to actually perform the validation beforehand, and then go into the HTML controls just for a final, the HTML documents, etc. Just for a final refresh. We'll go back into the enter because that's where all the code basic, most of it's performed, and we'll go to our module where everything's contained. So as you can see, now we've got access to HTML documents and Internet Explorers. So in the 2 libraries that are open, so references, the 2 ones that I've added that you need to look for is the Microsoft Internet Controls and the Microsoft HTML Object Library. Very important you have those enabled, otherwise it won't work. So it's basically saying all of this, delimit new variables, password input based on the text box value that's on the form password user form. My password equals testing20 to perform this bit of validation here. Sets the URL of the website, Gmail, sets a browser to new Internet Explorer, and then from this it says if password input, i.e. the text box in the form password, is not equal to my password, then throw an error. Okay, that's all that bit is. So if it doesn't equal testing20, throw this error. So whatever you've entered there, then go down. If it's successful, initiate the code after this point. Does all the Internet Explorer code, so loops through until the ready state is complete. Then after that, we then set the HTML doc.all.email.value equal to programming testing, or whatever this is where whatever your Gmail accounts is called, and then form text box 1 is your password value. Then a couple of last things, just goes for the HTML element from your import, clicks the submit button. So it's basically saying press submit, so press a button for me, and then there we go, and then that takes the password into it. So yeah, okay, so we'll just run that once more, just to test as well, make sure you are logged out of Gmail once to make this work. Okay, let me just relabel this. Actually got code on that button? Nope, I need to assign the actual macro, so my Gmail. No, that's wrong. We haven't done one important step. We need to go assign macro, we need to edit, we need to actually load it up first. So sub show user form. Yeah, Okay, that'll do. So all you need to do, FRM, you could go book one dot motor application dot RM forms, FRM pass anyway dot show. That's it, trying to be too clever for my own good. Form path dot show. So that's the code that we need to assign to the the macro that we need to assign to our button. So I need to go right click, assign macro, show user form, and then edit text, something like log into my Gmail account. Oh dear. Edit text. Log in to my Gmail account. Okay. Then the password menu comes up. Kerry. She's my wife. No, she doesn't match. So testing 20, which is our password that we've used for our test account. Enter. Testing 20, as you can see, enters it. Then it clicks the submit button for signing in. Logs on to your email, and Gmail loads up. And then maximise it, and then there we go. So that's how you do it. If you need the code, I've got it available in Notepad. And if you want access to the projects as well, just let me know, and I can make a few amendments for you. Alright guys, catch you again, hope that's been useful. Thank you, bye, subscribe by the way. Yeah, thanks a lot, thanks for watching, keep watching in the future, cheers.